Hey guys, I saw this movie last week, but I decided to do it now that the embargo is up. Oh my god. Had a really long day today. Sorry, I'm just recovering a little bit there. I saw Black Widow and Screen X at Regal, which is up on my Twitter right now. You can see footage of it on my Twitter and my Instagram. I'm going to put in my Instagram in a little bit. I saw Jungle Cruise in 3D 40X, and that was fucking amazing. I saw the movie was fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, the movie was good, but the 40X added to it because the seats, the rocking seats and everything, was made for a ride, and this it matched perfectly. So 40X Jungle Cruise, everyone's having a blast. Heard a lot of good stuff in the audience. So yeah, Jungle Cruise is definitely overall a good movie, and there's a lot of cool 3D, like 3D only effects in that movie as well. So yeah, definitely well worth your money if you pay for the 3D and for the 40X there. There's a long story behind me seeing that movie. Holy crap. So here we go with the Suicide Squad. Um, I already saw it twice already. I saw it Monday and Thursday last week. A lot of stuff is going on in my life, so I said, let me just do this shit now. Just get it over with, per se. There's a lot to like about the movie. If you're a fan of gore and violence in the comic books, there's some fan service stuff there for sure that they got the crowd popping in there, especially when it comes to King Shark. Um, the main people you see here are the main people you're going to be seeing in the rest of the picture. There's another squad in the beginning. I won't say what happens, but let's just say they're not in the poster for a reason. But like it's really cool when you see the kind of cool stuff happen in the movie, like the slow motion effects that are needed in there. There's explosions, there's decapitations, body parts flying around everywhere. It's as gory as they say. Is this the most bloodiest movie I've ever seen? Absolutely not. But for regular casual people, they're gonna walk out of this movie because it's so squeamish to them. They're not gonna see the kind of violence in this movie coming in a million years. People get eaten alive in this thing. People literally get eaten alive, and guess who does it? Yeah, guess who eats people alive? Yeah, there you go. So and you see their feet wiggle too. It's really fucking intense. I haven't seen shit like that since Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Simo. Um, but the chemistry between these two guys here, Bloodsport and Peacemaker, you kind of knew where this was going as soon as they said, like, "Hey, you're like me." No, you're like me. You kind of knew where this was gonna go. She over here, the rat catcher, face you can't see here, but you see plenty of her in the picture. She's one of the MVPs of the squad in a lot of ways. This guy is a geek, and he stays a geek for the entire thing, so don't expect a lot of character development with that character. I think Dot Man, I think he's called or whatever, but his power is really cool, so way better than Jubilee's power, so yeah, there you go. So I'll put it this way: not everybody in this picture makes it all the way to the end. So yeah, there you go. Um, I don't want to spoil who's gonna be it, but like I'll just put it like not all of them's gonna make it to the end. Uh, I think King Shrek gets a lot of screen time, and he got a lot of like good emotions out of the crowd. Yeah, so like I think he's the main one who got a lot of emotion out of the crowd. A lot of pops for that character for sure. Oh, this is the kids. You talk, yeah, especially Stallone. Yeah, it was really cool. Storyline wise, it's similar to the first movie. They get a group of basically, superpowered guys there to go up against like a big bad per se, and that's what happens. There's of course many things that happen across the way. Some messed up things, especially in the woods. I'll put it that way. Some messed up things that happen in the woods that make you go like, ooh, oh, damn, that's messed up. So like, yeah, some cool things happen there. So like some of you may be asking yourself here, is this is this one better than the animated ones? I think there's one just called Suicide Squad, and there's one called Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, and I gotta say 100% no. The animated ones are still ace when it comes to Suicide Squad. Same premise, more or less same characters, but you have other characters in there that make it much more fun to watch. And because they're animated, you can get away with showing the liveliness of the characters more. In this one, it's a little bit too stiff because they're actually real people. But in the animation ones, they're very lively, over the top, and I like seeing that kind of stuff. So this one's more grounded, more realistic, which is not my cup of tea, but like for some casual people, it's just right on par with them. But I like the animation over the top style a lot more. That's why I like Spider-Verse more than any other Spider-Man movie that has come out in live action. I say Spider-Man 2 is my favorite of the live action ones, the Sam Raimi one of the live action ones, if I had to pick that one. So there you go. But this is a good movie, serviceable for what it is. Starro, the final boss of the movie per se, is really cool. His powers are something to behold. Definitely like worthy of a big bad. I'll put it that way. Definitely worthy of a big bad. Some things will happen in that fight. They'll make you go like, "What the fuck?" Definitely, which is really cool. I also liked how this is not in the trailer. I don't think it's in the trailer, but I doubt it's in the trailer because it doesn't make sense to be in the trailer. But there's a part in the movie several times when the like it has an enlarged image of a title behind them, like breaking the fourth wall kind of stuff, and I appreciate that because it's a nod to the comic books. So I like that kind of stuff. Overall, it's a fun picture. A little predictable in some parts there, but overall, a fun time for casual people. I hope you take heed in other reviewers and believe what they say. This movie is 100% pure gore. Not pure, but 100% gore. Do not go in this thing thinking that if you have a squeamish stomach, you can take it. And I know most of you casuals out there are probably thinking to yourself, this is a comic book movie and it's going to be PG-13 safe. It's absolutely not. Definitely not. This is not a movie for kids at all. This movie will likely scar them. I'm not going to lie. There's some jarring visuals in this movie for sure. Definitely. Definitely not. If your kids can handle Stranger Things, that's a good path. If your child can handle the end of it, you can see this movie. That's how bad it is. That's how messed up this movie is. So go in there with that kind of mindset. It earns its R rating 100%. There's no nudity. Don't worry about that nonsense. Definitely the violence is taken up the notch there. There probably is some swearing in there. I was just taken aback by the visuals, but probably some swearing in there. The effects look very, very realistic. So don't go in this thing thinking this is a comic book movie and it's safe for kids. It's 1,000,000,000% not safe for kids. 1,000,000,000%. So if you walk out of there, you thought the movie was going to be safe and friendly, and it's not. This movie is essentially Deadpool. Okay? If you can handle Deadpool, you can handle this movie. Over the top gore and violence, and that kind of stuff there. If you're like an actual adult, you can handle this movie. That's it for now. Clack off.